it's time for another review. Hello everyone, thanks once again for tuning into the channel. So in this video we are taking a look at the Dark Trooper. This is the trooper that was seen in the Mandalorian show, and I gotta say this is one of the figures that I actually been really waiting for. I already know it's not a whole lot of accessories that come with this guy, but I mean it's really a cool figure to look at from what I've seen. And this is one of those figures where it's really big on presence and not about the accessories. So that's why, you know, I'm okay with it not coming with a whole lot. But let's take a look and see what we get. Which is a pretty good design for the box. That's actually really cool as well. I have to admit I did order 2 of these figures, but I ended up canceling one because I figured, like, well, I'll just use this one, because I did order the Luke Skywalker that's supposed to be coming later on, that actually is based off of his appearance in the show, and he's going to come with like that crushed up Dark Trooper. So I figured, like, well, I have one that's perfect, and then have the other one that's pretty, you know, all crumpled up and everything, so it'll go along with the scene. So I thought it was it'd be okay to go ahead and cancel the one and just stick with the just one figure instead of 2. So let's take a look at the full figure and see what we get. Which, man, that looks really good. I mean, just the shine off of the figure itself, that is very, very cool to see. So we're going to get him out. I did watch one of the other videos that Sideshow was doing. They had mentioned that it's best to, you know, have gloves with it. I obviously don't have that, but, you know, I mean, I understand the importance of it, especially for someone like myself who's actually going to be taking pictures with this. I mean, because any fingerprints you see with a camera that picks up all the details, the fingerprints will be seen. So let's get all the accessories out and everything, and then we'll set them up and get a closer look at this guy. So here are all the accessories that you get with the figure. It's very minimal, but like I said, it was to be expected. I mean, when you're looking at this compared to what the Dark Troopers did in the show, they don't need a whole lot of accessories. And honestly, I really don't care about the fact that this figure did not come with a Grogu, because it seems like we get a whole lot of that. And so many figures come with different variations of Grogu. It's like you don't really need to have, you know, another one come with this figure just because they carried him off in that one scene. So it's really not necessary. But nevertheless, the detail in the figure, in the hands and everything, is actually really good, really well done. The paint application is nice, has a nice shine to it, so it matches the armor. So this is the hand that you would use to hold the rifle, and then this is your trigger hand, and then you have your 2 fists, which work really well if you wanted to put him, you know, in that pose where he's punching the Mandalorian. Which we will definitely see if we can recreate at least that scene. I'm not too big on recreating scenes, but that was pretty iconic, so I'm willing to try that out. This is really the one accessory that has the most attention to detail. It's really painted well. I mean, all of the weathering that's put into it is really good. I would not have even expected it to have any more weathering than this, because according to their appearance on the show, they weren't really in action a whole lot. They didn't really get a whole lot of you know, scenes and stuff like that. Even when they were being used, according to the way they were explained, they really didn't have a whole lot of combat missions that they were sent out on. But still, this was a really good weathering for this gun. It's actually got a clip that you can detach So that's pretty good to see. But yeah, overall this is a really good accessory, and it's a really cool piece to see. And then of course you have your typical stand, which you know, I mean, it goes without saying, Hot Toys is like, we'll give you all the detail in your characters and everything, but as far as the stands are concerned, you're going to get the same thing every single time. So, I mean, really, if you wanted to, if you're a Star Wars collector or whatnot, I mean, this would be really cool to just have like a bunch of them lined up, you know, from all the different characters that you get. You can pretty much line this all up and, you know, make something out of this, or, you know, put all the pieces together and make something for them to walk on for your characters or whatnot. You know, it's just a thought of you know, ideas of something that that you can do. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at the figure. Now here's a closer look at the figure himself, which gosh, and I gotta say it's really cool to see all of the details. I'm being pretty careful as far as holding him, because again, like I said, I don't want to get any fingerprints on him. You know, I know from time to time he's going to get fingerprints from me moving him around, but for right now I'm being extremely careful with it so that you don't see a whole lot of fingerprints on it when it comes to the photos. I have not installed the batteries. I'm going to go ahead and put those batteries in when I get ready to do the photos, and so the articulation is really good, man. I just love how the whole ratchet and everything, so that way it helps it really stay in place. So that's very beneficial to be able to have that, so that way he'll stay where you put him. But gosh, just the shine on this figure is extremely nice. So I know that he's going to just look really good on camera. And it was like what I was saying earlier, when it comes to this figure's presence. It's like, it's one thing to see the stormtroopers, okay? The stormtroopers are really nice and they're cool to have and everything, but this guy is like just having him on scene in any given photo or whatnot. Just the presence of alone, it's very similar to like having Darth Vader himself, you know, just the presence of the character. So this is really, really cool to see. So yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the photos. I'll take the time now to thank you again for checking out the channel and leaving comments and everything. I greatly appreciate it. I also appreciate all of the followers. You guys are coming in and you know, liking all my photos and everything, and so I greatly appreciate all the followers and all the comments that you've been making. And again, I also appreciate all the people who have ordered the Toytography magazine and all the compliments we received on it. And so we're definitely looking forward to having more issues come. I'll leave a link for anyone who would like to purchase an issue of the magazine. And so far it's been going really, really good. And I'm positive to happy to see all of the comments and everything as a result of the magazine. So again, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.